Hopkins. We can get into it real quick. Someone asked how his deal was team friendly. So DeAndre Hopkins' deal is actually just $19 million for 1 year, but they have a potential out. So it's only 3 years, $60 million with $15.5 million in dead cap, which if you look at the other deals, like of the players that he is, like can't guard Mike, and you look at Stephon Diggs' deal and stuff, he lines up very favorably amongst those deals, which means that to me, I think that given how good he is, because he's as good as all of them, you could really say that just getting a second-round pick when you have a quarterback on a rookie contract, it's more than favorable what the Cardinals have with him.
I agree. And let's just talk about what they traded for him. So what they got in return. So they got David Johnson, who's a running back, very injury prone. He's getting paid over $10 million a year. And then they also got a second rounder, which was like a higher second rounder, but I don't really think that, it's a second round pick. So let's see. I think David Johnson is an injury prone running back who's overpaid because he can't stay on the field. And his best season was 2016, which is 4 years ago. So he's almost like a liability in the fact that, he's even injured right now and he doesn't look like a great running back. So they got a running back who has a high contract and he doesn't play. And then they also got a second rounder for top 5 receiver. I don't see where the logic checks out in that trade. I think the Cardinals fleeced them. I think that's kind of a universally thought. It's like a universal thought pretty much. I don't know. What are your opinions on that?
Right. I mean, we can get into how team-friendly the deal is. The way I see it is that when you have a quarterback on a rookie deal, his deal is not bad at all for the production you're getting. Like, it's still a rich contract, right? It's DeAndre Hopkins, top 5 receiver, top 3 receiver. So we can get into those details, but the thing that really bothers me is that second-round pick compensation and that David Johnson compensation. When you saw what Diggs went for, like, if you're the Texans, why in the right mind, like, trading DeAndre Hopkins is, to me, not a horrible idea in the NFL. Like, everybody thought the Raiders would be ruined by trading Khalil Mack, who's as good a defensive player as anybody besides Aaron Donald, and they're doing just fine because you can reallocate your resources the right way, and if you have a good enough coach and a good enough quarterback, you can really win, because paying anybody too much money, there's drawbacks to that in the NFL. Like, even the best of the best players, even Russell Wilson, right? So that entire concept to me is not that bad of a problem, right? It's not that bad. Like, if you really believed in your heart of hearts that you had to trade DeAndre Hopkins to pay Laremy, Tunsil, and Deshaun Watson, then totally fine. The compensation is that's just totally head scratching, and we can stock it up to Bill O'Brien and all of that, but I mean, I don't even think Bill O'Brien, like, he must have wanted to sabotage the Texans. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying the compensation that they got feels that way, because I feel like even the worst of GMs could get a first-round pick for a player like DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, like we've been saying, the compensation is just – I mean, it was kind of mind-boggling reading it at first. Like, what does Bill O'Brien just watch some 2016 David Johnson clips and he's like, I need this guy on my team. But that was pretty inexcusable. And I think what's also of note is, so their first round pick this year is going to the Dolphins. That's currently a top 10 pick, I think top 8.
Right.
The Dolphins are about to get, a stud most likely, or at least a chance at a really good player for trading someone who they didn't have to pay because the Texans reset the market with him. So,
right. And Adam Schefter brought this up, and I don't know how true this is, but they're basically, because that pick is going to be so high, they're kind of trying to evaluate Tua on the fly so that if they get a shot at maybe Zach Wilson or Justin Fields.
Trask.
Or Kyle Trask, Trevor Lawrence, not Trevor Lawrence, probably not, because that pick's probably not going to end up as one, but the rest of those guys, then maybe they might choose to try and take a chance on one of those guys if Tua isn't their guy. I mean, this was reported by Adam Schefter. He knows, he's usually right on, but it was kind of a finicky type deal because it's kind of whack, given that they clearly were so invested all in Tua as a ownership group and everything since like 2017. But yeah,